Red Rocks Amphitheatre, a geological wonder, famous for its unparalleled acoustics and breathtaking natural setting. Today, the stage is set for O.A.R, and the sound will be powered by Alcons Audio, a brand trusted by the band for their entire tour. But before the music fills the canyon, there's a lot of work to be done. Long before the crowd arrives, the sound team pulls into Red Rocks at dawn. Their task is no small feat: unload and move the PA system to the top of this iconic venue. The team carefully unloads Alcons Audio's renowned PA system, heavy-duty gear designed to produce the clearest, most powerful sound. These speakers aren't just any speakers, they're precision-engineered for world-class performances.
So it started out in another company in 86.
86?
86. So the owner had a connection with Philips in the Netherlands, and they were using a ribbon driver, and it started all there. Adventure started with designing a driver that's sensitive, has a sensitivity that's high enough to compete with something you need for sound reinforcement, like a compression driver, because the Philips thing wasn't near what you needed for sound reinforcement. It was the best sound you ever heard, just like you experienced at CEDIA. But to do something like this, you need a much higher sensitivity. And even then, it wasn't even possible to do so. So it was kind of a crazy adventure of the owner quitting compression drivers and putting something like a hi-fi-ish ribbon driver and put it in a loudspeaker that was more like a super sounding studio monitor with a 15-inch bass driver starting at 30 Hertz with no horns and a 4-inch ribbon driver.
Getting the equipment from the trucks to the amphitheater isn't easy. Red Rock's steep hills presents a challenge, but this team is experienced. They've done this countless times on O.A.R's tour. Every piece of equipment must be carefully maneuvered to avoid damage and ensure a flawless setup. Once the speakers reach the stage, the real work begins. These Alcons audio speakers are set up with precision, each unit positioned for optimal sound dispersion across the venue. Red Rock's unique layout demands a custom configuration, and the sound team is up to the task.
We used our prediction software to come up with the angles that we're going to be flying the system at here. Obviously, it's a very aggressive up tilt, so we'll be using 2 points on the array frames with extension bars. But I'm going to go ahead and pin all of these now. They all travel this way. We can pin them ahead of time so that we just take them up, push another 4 under, pin them, take them up. So it's really quick and easy to rig these systems. So I'm going to go ahead and set them all now. Point 1, point 1, point 1, and point 2. That's my first.
Alcons' audio system is built for clarity and power. These speakers feature Alcons' patented Pro Ribbon technology, providing a near-perfect audio experience. The technical specs are impressive: ultra-low distortion levels, extended frequency response, and exceptional intelligibility. It's no wonder O.A.R relies on these for their entire tour.
Yeah, so my name is Tom Back. I'm involved in a company called Alcons Audio. Alcons Audio is a Dutch manufacturer of professional sound systems. And I may introduce actually the three gentlemen next to me. I got two partners in crime that I brought with me from the Netherlands. By the way, we're here at Red Rocks Amphitheatre in Colorado, and pretty excited to be here. Brought two partners in crime. One is Philip de Haan, Dr. Phil, head of R&D at Alcons Audio, and then Maurice Laarhoven. He's head of finance and administration. I would call myself jack of all trades, involved in anything of the company, and at the end of the day, know nothing about anything, so that helps. But the most important gentleman here is Mr. Michael Larcy, or Larcy as Intimi could call him. And he's actually the leading guy today, actually for a couple of days already in the O.A.R. tour, happening in the United States, traveling with an Alcons Audio Pro Ribbon sound system.
With the speakers in place, the team begins tuning. Red Rocks' natural acoustics are one of a kind, and the sound must be tailored specifically to this environment. Using sophisticated software and on-the-ground testing, the engineers fine-tune every speaker to ensure a balanced sound from front row to the very top of the amphitheater.
I'm in the business of evoking emotion, right? And when the band is doing their thing and they're playing a particular part, maybe it's intricate, maybe it's simple, it doesn't matter, maybe it's a sing-along moment, whatever it is. You know, the cool thing about this PA, other than from others, is that, you know, it reminds me of when I got my first V8 car and I was getting on the highway for the first time. And I pressed that gas pedal down hard. There was just a little opening in the highway. And I was able to put the car right in that spot, right, with the gas pedal, not braking and letting them go and, oh my gosh, I gotta wait. If I push that fader up, it gets louder, and it gets louder fast, and it's clean, right? And I can put any element of my mix right where it needs to be. We have a bass solo coming up later tonight with a guest of the band's. And the bass guitar, everyone thinks, oh, that's the low rumble, right? Well, he plays it like a guitar, and it's very high pitched, and many sound engineers will know like 3K is that clarity in the bass, right? And when he starts to pop his fingers or play a run, it's like putting that V8 engined car right into that spot. It just sticks right there with the push of a fader, and it's a pleasure to hear the crowd then go woo over it. You know, I mean, that sounds silly, but it is. It gives me goosebumps, and we high five each other after the gig. And then we get to the bottom of the hill after Red Rocks, and we go to the next town and do it all over again. So.
As the afternoon goes on, the final sound checks begin. O.A.R's team works closely with the engineers, making adjustments to ensure the band's signature sound is perfectly represented. From deep bass lines to crisp vocals, the Alcons audio system captures every nuance. As the sun sets and the band takes the stage, the power of Alcons audio is fully realized. From the first note, the sound is clear, immersive, and electrifying. O.A.R's music resonates through the amphitheater, carried flawlessly by the Alcons system. The audience at Red Rocks isn't just hearing the music, they're experiencing it. Every note, every lyric, fills the space with perfect clarity, from the front row to the highest seat. For O.A.R, sound is everything, and with Alcons audio, they know their music will reach every listener in its purest form. Tonight at Red Rocks, the sound wasn't just heard, it was felt. Alcons audio, precision, power, and performance. Red Rocks has never sounded better.